I probably have the best Toy Story merchandise you can have. I used to have a lot more, but a lot of it I've sold because I didn't really need it. But now that I run a YouTube channel, I kind of wish I did for background. But I might actually end up putting this in the background from now on because it looks so cool, but I don't know. I found it upstairs, so I don't know if I can. But I do actually have a Woody doll. It lost its hat, so it's nothing without its hat, according to that one Vine. But I do have actually Woody, so it's for Toy Story.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money. Money, 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 money.
Dollar, dollar. Dollar, dollar.
Toy Story, the original animated film. So Toy Story is essentially the story of this guy named Woody, and essentially he lives a life with a kid named Andy, and all of a sudden he's like Andy's favorite toy, but all of a sudden another toy comes in called Buzz Lightyear, and then shenanigans happen, and I don't think I need to explain this plot. Okay, first thing I'll say is that this is the original animated film, so first thing I'm going to say, does it look dated? Kinda, I guess. Like, when I watched it again, there were a couple times where I thought, okay, that looks kind of creepy, or that looks kind of fake. It's nowhere near as good as the animation of Toy Story 4, from what we've seen, but it's still actually really good, at least for its time. Like, if somebody released this year, I would have been like, really? That's nothing, but back in 1995, this is pretty good animation. They look like toys, they act like toys that you can believe, they seem like they're toys. I like all the little references, so they have different types of toys in there. You have, like, the monkey ladder thing, you got Slinky, you got all those things. Okay, so I think I had Buzz. Most of this is all had. I had Buzz, Woody, the little rover car. I had Mr. Potato Head. I might actually still have that, and I have no idea where it is, though. And I had Slinky. You can realize, you know why Slinky got ruined. The remote control car just got destroyed, and then I think we just sold Buzz. But even though the animation in this film is kind of dated, the whole thing is still timeless as frick. Like, the animation being not very strong, not holding up to today, makes this film more timeless because it feels like it's the original animated film. The animation, all the movements, it's a very nostalgic film for me. Not like Cars 2, because I've seen that film more than any other film. But if there was a film that I was obsessed with before I saw Cars 2, it would have been the Toy Story movies. All three. I have merchandise for all three of the Toy Story films. I remember really loving Toy Story 1. I think this might be the first movie I've ever seen. Like of all films. It has to be a VHS because I would assume, so I have an older brother and an older sister, and one was 6 and one was 3 when I was born, so that would mean that they were probably watching all, Toy Story 2, all those. So most likely the first film I ever saw was a VHS animated Pixar film, and if I look back here, there are like 3 of those. There's Toy Story 2, and Finding Nemo. So, and I would assume that it was Toy Story, because my brother was always obsessed with Toy Story, and I was always obsessed with Toy Story. If I'm being honest, films don't get more nostalgic for me than the Toy Story movies. Just no movie gets more nostalgic than these films. No movie gets more nostalgic than Pixar in general. If you came out in 2011 or earlier, I have nostalgia for it. As long as it's a Pixar film and it came out in 2011 or earlier, I have nostalgia for it. There's also really good character development in this film. I like Buzz Lightyear's character in this film. How he has to learn that he's not a space ranger. I like the way he learns he isn't. I like all about it. I think all the arcs are good. I like how Woody realizes that he might not have to be the favorite toy in the house. I like all these messages, and they're all conveyed very well. It's a very well-written film. Like, one of the best well-written films of all of Pixar. This is one of my favorite Pixar films, top 5 easily, and that's not just because, well, it's the original Pixar film. It's the same case with Iron Man, or that's one of my favorite Marvel films. And that's not just because it's the original, the one that started it all, but it's because it's an incredibly well-written, great movie with developing great characters that you find interesting. This film is like that. I like Toy Story more than Iron Man because I will have Toy Story nostalgia forever. But every character in this film is very well developed, very move forward, and it's all really good. Sometimes you hate Woody, sometimes you root for him, sometimes you don't, sometimes you do. Sometimes Buzz Lightyear's annoying, sometimes he's funny. And it's also hilarious. Like, this film is surprisingly really freaking funny. I was laughing really a lot. There are a lot of jokes that I wouldn't get as a kid that I quite enjoyed watching. I don't even know how long this review needs to be. Everybody knows what Toy Story is. It's a classic for most humans. As long as you weren't very old, or you were kind of a kid when that original Toy Story film comes out, you'll have nostalgia for this film. Everybody loves this film. It has 100% on Rotten Tomatoes, and I will never argue with that 100% because what's a Ready? Present me with a problem in the comments. Just do that, okay? I want to see what your guys' problems are with this film, because I love this film. I will always love this film. It's nostalgic, fun, great. It's the original animated film, and it is one of the best animated films of all time. I will give Toy Story, what did you expect? 10 out of 10. What did you expect? Seriously, like, I don't know. What I don't know. If you didn't expect 10 out of 10, did you expect 9? Did you expect me to not love this film to the bottom of my heart? Seriously. What do you guys think on Toy Story? Let me know in the comment section below. Don't forget to subscribe. Toy Story 2 review tonight. Toy Story 3 review tomorrow. Toy Story 4 review tomorrow night. So we're going to review 4 Toy Story films in a matter of 4 days. And I'm actually getting quite more excited for Toy Story 4. I'm very interested to see what happens in it. I'm very interested to see how they follow up Toy Story 3. Because it seems like, first off, I know it's good. So now I can guarantee that I'll probably enjoy it. What do you guys think on Toy Story? Let me know in the comment section below. Don't forget to subscribe. Goodbye.